Men created romantic love to control and isolate women from each other. From the moment we're born, we're told that love is the key to happiness. Fairy tales, romantic movies, and even religion teaches us to finding the one will make us whole. But this idea wasn't made for women's benefit. It was created by patriarchy to control us. Romantic love wasn't discovered. It was invented. Its purpose isn't just to manipulate women into submission, it's to separate us from the bonds that make us stronger. This brings us to Law 32 of Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. Play to people's fantasies. Patriarchy uses the fantasy of romantic love to distract women from recognizing inequality and to divide us from one another. By prioritizing relationships with men above all else, we're taught to devalue the deep supportive bonds we build with other women, leaving us isolated and easier to control. Historically, women relied on each other for survival, forming strong communities to share resources and protect one another. Patriarchy saw this as a threat and used romantic love to isolate women by tying their worth to relationships with men. During enslavement, Black women were deliberately separated from one another and their families, a tactic that reinforced dependence on male-dominated structures. The strong Black women trope continues this isolation by discouraging collective strength. Later, the Industrial Revolution pushed women into nuclear families, severing communal bonds, while religious institutions demonized sisterhood as unnatural. Modern media perpetrates this isolation with harmful narratives, like the catfight trope that pit women against each other as rivals. And by isolating women, patriarchy redirects its energy towards men and undermines the collective power of female relationships. The illusion works because it's everywhere. From Disney princesses to Hollywood rom-coms, women are conditioned to believe that men value love as much as we do. But here's the truth. Many men don't know this isn't real. They use a fantasy to keep women invested, convincing us that one man can meet all our emotional needs. This fantasy encourages us to neglect friendships and connections with one another, leaving us vulnerable and unsupported in relationships that can turn harmful. This isn't accidental. It's by design. When women are divided, we're easy to manipulate and less likely to change the systems that oppress us. Romantic love was never about our happiness. It's about power. Men shifted from obsessing over women to creating a narrative that made women obsess over them. Even in the Bible, the curse of Eve declares that women will desire their husband, who will rule over them. By tying our self-worth to relationships with men, patriarchy encourages us to remain compliant, distracted, and divided. Have you ever felt like a relationship isolated you from your friends and support system? How has the fantasy of romantic love shaped the way you connect with other women? Share your experiences in the comments. If you missed earlier videos in this series, go back and watch them and follow for more breakdowns on how men use manipulation to control women.